Two Bulls in a China Shop is brought to you by these great companies that are giving us money to let you listen to their stuff.
Bullshit, Kyle. We make this show. You and me. Two Bulls in a China Shop is brought to you by us.
Someone's got to pay the bills, Dan, because it's not our trading.
All right, roll them.
Membership fees apply after free trial. Cancel anytime. Guys, are you trying to stay in 20-year-old shape into your 30s and 40s and finding it, well, impossible? Then you need to listen to this. Beachbody, the company that revolutionized getting ripped at home with P90X and Insanity, has a brand new program just for you called Lift 4. It's part lift, it's part hit, with total body shredding results in just 30 to 40 minutes a day, right at home on the Beachbody On Demand app. That's how you get killer results as an adult. Go to beachbody.com to sign up now, and you can try Live 4 for free. That's beachbody.com.
This just in. Breathing oxygen is linked to staying alive. And today's top story, if you like drinks, you're gonna love Drizzly. Drizzly is the #1 app for alcohol delivery, where you can compare prices on the biggest selection of beer, wine, and spirits, and get them all delivered to your door in under 60 minutes. Sources say that it all can be done on the Drizzly app or on drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com. Back to you, Tom.
You are listening to an entertainment program put together by a company called Financial Ineptitude. Anything said on this show is not an endorsement or professional advice. Would you really want to tell a court of law you were suing us because you thought taking financial advice from two idiots on a podcast put out by Financial Ineptitude was a good idea? Really? Clown hat smiley face.
Hello and welcome, everyone. Welcome to the China Shop. I'm Shopkeeper Dan. With me, as always, is Kyle, creator of financialineptitude.com. Kyle, how'd your week go?
Oh, you'll find out when we get to the good, bad, and the ugly.
Ooh,
it was not good.
Yeah, that's always a good sign when you say you'll find out when we get to the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Mostly the ugly. There wasn't much good in there.
Oof. Oh, that sounds painful. We'll get to that lost porn later. Come on into the shop with us today. Sit back, relax, hedge against the rage machine. We'd like to welcome any new listeners just joining us. We're here smashing our way through a complete set of fine china, sharing those ever-growing strategies for maximizing gains and cutting losses. And if you're new to the shop and stock trading in general, you can always check out our knowledge or resource centers on financialineptitude.com. Or you can give one of our many beginning trading episodes a listen. We'll have all those links for you in the episode description. But the best place to be is, come on, join us on our free Discord server. We're getting on there just about every day with a bunch of amazing, really awesome people. It's a fantastic place to be. And did I mention it's free? No paid tiers or special access areas there, because fuck that shite. And in fact, free, it costs us money. Kyle, when they join the server, how can we transfer our hard-earned money into benefits for them?
Just DM me with the address and whatever freebie you'd like. Give you a choice when you sign up.
That's right.
Got stickers, we got trading bracelets, we've got shot glasses, beer koozies, all kinds of good stuff.
Plenty of China Shop swag. And we also will have a link in the episode description to the China Shop shop, where you can purchase more of those goodies if you haven't had your fill. Great way to support the show. I'm just so glad everybody's here. We have a lot of fun. It's always better with friends. Always better with friends. And we got a lot going on. Kyle, you want to tell everybody about what we got going on?
Let me see if I can remember what we have. We finished recording with Dan Springer last week. That was somebody that you found. Funded prop trader, just completed his eval period. We had a really fun discussion with him talking about futures and options trading.
Yes.
And he actually asked us a bunch of questions, which was kind of surprising.
Yes, that was a good time.
Look for that episode coming out on Wednesday. Then we'll have Dr. Hans, the investing tutor, returning.
Dr. Hans.
And then to round out the month of October, we've got Alex Demosthenes.
The spooky Halloween recording.
Guy, is a trader on Twitter that we've been following, posting a lot of good content on there.
Excellent. Well, that sounds fucking fantastic, Kyle. But you know what we got today?
Oh, there's one other one that I got to get confirmed too that Somebody that I saw that Anthony interviewed, I reached out to him. I think we might have a date set for the beginning of November, but he's somebody who had been covering the Greensill collapse.
Ooh.
I don't know if you remember that, but that
Yes,
was
I
the
do.
whole controversy that was wrapped up in the company I used to work for. So I am really looking forward to that conversation.
Yes. Oh, that'll be fantastic. That'll be exciting. Definitely be teasing that some more the closer we get to it.
Yes.
But until then, folks, we have got a fragile, fragrant, frantic episode for you today. Lots of market-moving news, plenty of stocks on the radar, and more options than dollar damages sought in the Neiman Carlson cheating scandal. Ooh, chess is such a scorcher.
Oh, you took my news story. What number did you come up with?
I saw 400 million.
Yeah, when I looked through, that's like the minimum according to what he's seeking, even though the headline said 100 million.
Wow. That's a lot of money.
That seems a bit, I don't think he's going to get anywhere near that.
That's
He's going to have a hard time proving any of
Look,
those.
that's how much money. Look, my friend at Greensill taught me how to do valuation. That's how much money I would have made if I was a super duper chess star.
Right.
And as always, reach out to us, folks. We do love your messages and comments on Twitter and Facebook, on our Discord. Of course, we'll have the link to that in the episode description. If you're old school, you can send us an email to 2bulls@financialineptitude.com. That's the number 2bulls@financialineptitude.com. You can give us, or maybe you want to give us a phone call, 725-22-BULLS. That's 725-222-8557. We also accept textual messages. Textual, Kyle. Maybe you got a hot stock tip. Maybe you want to tell us about a great trade you just made. Or maybe you're just out walking in the woods doing your thing and bam, this family with a station wagon just knocks you over, straps you to their roof, kidnaps you to the Seattle suburbs where you're forced to scavenge for food while people try to hunt you down. It doesn't matter. We just love it when you reach out.
That sounds like, is that Harry and the Hendersons?
Oh, you are so good at this. I got to make it harder.
Funny thing is, I don't think I've actually seen that movie all the way through.
Right. Well, it could have been E.T. Could have been Mac and Me. I don't know. There's a lot of 80s movies out there that might have lined up with. Anyway, Kyle, it's time to talk about those bet results.
Well, I initially thought that we did kind of shitty because I misread one of the candles, but we wanted to short Rivian, and boy, Rivian really helped us out this week. It managed to spike pre-market on Monday and actually opened at just over $33. It's $33.06. We wanted to short it at open half and then half at 31. So we managed to get all of our position about 50 cents from our stop loss.
Whoa.
Yeah, luckily it managed to not actually hit our stop loss at 33.5. But the action on Friday, that's where our good luck kind of ended. We missed our take profit at 27. And Friday, the bullish action made it close at 31.92. So it didn't quite make nearly as much as we could have. But still positive, takes our total up to $482 even.
Oh, we'll get back to start. Just you watch random.
No, we're almost there. We need one more week. Random, they went with SHIP, SHIP, which opened the week at 51 cents, closed at 48.8 cents, which brought Random down to 427.53.
The day is ours.
Yeah. All we have to do is not lose a lot, right?
Oh.
I mean, Random could pick a... You never know. You never know. We've seen bigger turnarounds.
Return of the meme stocks and Random's leading the way. All right, stick around to the end. We'll be making that bet. See if we can close out the month of October with a big W.
Woo!
But until then, Kyle, I think it's time to talk about some news.
All right.
Dow drops deep on moving inflation, COVID frustration, war damnation. We're just bringing you the fucking news. You gotta recognize the game if you don't wanna lose. We're just two bulls trading information.
Yeah, we are.
Rioters raiding, insider trading, taxes are raising, bills on the hill. We got a crypto mill. No, they ain't growing weed. When the Fed speaks today, it's some shit we don't need.
Sing it, Dan.
Two bulls trading information.
What?
Two fools trading information.
I'm inclined to agree.
Two fools trading information.
That is accurate. Very accurate. What information? True. What?
All right, Kyle. Which one of us is leading off today?
Well, you already mentioned the top story, which was the Hans Niemann lawsuit. Did you cover the Christian McCaffrey trade to San Francisco yet?
Oh, no. Oh, those wily San Franciscans.
Oh, shit, sorry. Wrong podcast. I suppose. I don't know. What do you got? What do you got for us? Why don't you go ahead and lead us off?
The federal deficit, she is a dropping. This year,
Yeah?
the United States budget deficit has been cut in half, and there was much applause. Granted, we're still...
Well,
Yeah?
well, hang on. Wait a minute.
Just going to take that at face value, Kyle?
No. It was also coming off of like the highest spending deficit, like, wasn't it?
Okay, yeah. We're still above 2019, which was about $1 trillion, and right now we're at 1.38 trillion. 2019 was 0.98 trillion. 2020 was 3.13 trillion.
Oh, what was 21?
21, they got it down to 2.7. Now we're down to 1.38. So what? We are on the right path.
Yeah, how many thousands of years is it going to take to pay to get that down to zero, and then start actually paying it off?
Kyle, I don't know what your negative tone is about. The deficit, the government's in debt to us, the American people. We fucking own them, man.
Well, then give me my check, and I'll just gladly.
I'll take my deficit. Yeah, I'll walk away.
Yeah, I'll be done.
My check. I'll move to Canada.
I'll cash out. All right.
Oh, what is it? 330 million.
About 330 million people in the country. Yeah,
Is it only like it's only like $40,000?
4,204.
Oh, 4,000. Ooh, even less. Damn.
But that's only for the last year. I mean, you got to figure how many years have we running at a deficit?
We've been running at a deficit since 2002.
Wait, we should have used Twitter math, where $1 billion from Elon Musk can apparently make everyone in the world a millionaire once over.
Yes. Not to mention solve world hunger once and for all.
We've completely derailed the conversation.
Yeah.
What was the rest of what you're about to say?
Oh, just that we are turning around from all that spending that not only supposedly led to inflation, but also record corporate profits. Hurrah! Huzzah!
There's other big news that I saw today, unless there was more to that story.
There is not.
No, the big story that I saw this week, the reason they're attributing to the market's gains for today, and that was the Fed's rate debate shifting to how and when to slow down.
Oh, okay.
So we've had a slew of Fed speakers this past week again, which seems to be like every week. And now like the conversations are starting to pop up where you're seeing like James Bullard telling Reuters in an interview last week, the debate about exactly where we should go and then become more data dependent is going to heat up in the last part of the year here. San Francisco Fed President Mary Daly added her voice on Friday during an event in Monterey, California. She acknowledged that high inflation made it really challenging for the central bank to step down from its rate hikes. The time is now to start talking about stepping down. The time is now to start planning for stepping down. So everyone's still expecting the next month's rate hike to still be that 0.75, but they're also starting to be, I think people are starting to expect some more comments from the Fed's actual minutes or the Fed statement that they are going to be maybe like slowing down or even taking a breather altogether to see if anything they've actually done is having any effect.
Yeah.
So far has not looked all that great.
Damn.
There's a couple other people were talking more about this too. In a speech earlier this month, Lael Brainerd offered a list of reasons to be cautious about further tightening without overtly calling for a slowdown or pause. But then you've had Fed President Charles Evans this week in Virginia warned of outsized nonlinear risks to the economy if the federal funds rate is lifted much beyond the 4.6 level officials projected in September that they would reach next year. He said it really does begin to weigh on the economy. Even with the existing rate outlook, it was, quote, closer than normal, whether recession can be avoided. And even Powell has been saying in news conferences that they're approaching that at some point. He hasn't said exactly when, but I guess Powell actually hasn't made any comments since that September 21st news conference. But, I mean, data has been, if they want to be data dependent, and they're relying on curbing inflation, and nothing they have done so far has curbed inflation. Like, maybe it's time to take a break and just reassess your strategies.
I love how the market rallies just on the whiff of a news they might be considering slowing down the rate increases.
Well, I think it comes down to peak inflation being like a pretty good buy signal for yearly gains. Like we commented on that within the last couple weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
About the average returns if you buy right at peak inflation ends up being about 13%.
Yeah.
So yeah, if there's any indication that inflation has peaked, you're probably going to see a lot of buying pressure as people try to jump in and anticipate that.
Well, we've had 2 Fridays in a row now. Well, I guess, no, technically it was last Thursday, right? 2 weeks in a row where we've had some solid, strong days of buying with good volume.
Mm-hmm.
Or I should say, well, good buying comparatively to what it's been at.
Definitely the buyers have been, the volume on the green days has been higher than the red days lately.
Yeah, it's looking like it's a decent volume even when you look back to the days before we peaked January this year.
That's a really strong close of the futures market today.
No, maybe the market knows. Maybe the market knows. We'll see.
Huh? Well, we'll see, right? I mean, there was some good earnings I think that happened this week that maybe helped things along in that regards too. I think J.P. Morgan was one of the names I saw like leading the gains on the week.
Didn't we come across a story that was talking about like when retail gets out, that's the bottom?
Yes, I think we have.
Am I remembering that correctly? I did come across a story. The headline is "The era of the meme trade is over."
I thought I saw you posted that.
Yeah, they're basically talking about how from the top we've knocked off about $15 trillion in valuation of publicly traded companies, and the average daily number of retail trades handled at Charles Schwab has fallen down to 5.5 million in the third quarter from 6.2 million, and Morgan Stanley's down 15%. At the height of 2021, Schwab was reporting 8.4 million daily trades on average. So,
oh wow,
right, we're almost down to half of what it was from 2021. The order flow data from Robinhood and Interactive Brokers also showing steep declines over the last 3 months. In February 2021, Interactive Brokers was at 3.7 million daily retail trades. Now they're at 1.9 million for September. So we got a lot less retail action going on lately, which is great for the show, great for the market liquidity.
Well, I know, right? But does that are those people like done just day trading, or have they like gotten out of the market completely? That's the real question.
That is the real question. We don't know. We just know the frequency of trading is down, which is not good for liquidity.
I think the one thing we've been missing or not seeing yet is like the actual capitulation moment.
Well, maybe we did see it. Maybe it's turned.
Maybe. I mean, but I think we'll know it when it happens.
Anyway, Robinhood is laying off 23% of its full-time staff. Their second cut this year because retail trading's down. I mean, I don't want to make any speculation about how Robinhood shouldn't have fucked with what was bringing them money, but It definitely came to mind. I definitely thought it very loudly.
Yes. Yeah.
To quote Robinhood CEO Vlad Tenev, last year we staffed many of our operations functions under the assumption that the heightened retail engagement we had been seeing with stock and crypto markets in the COVID era would persist through 2022. In this new environment, we are operating with more staffing than appropriate.
Why would you think that that was going to continue?
Because it sounded good to their investors.
I suppose.
Greensill.
Yeah.
This CNN business article does state that the loss of retail investors is concerning. It could mean meme stock crazes are over, and could, more importantly, could spell for a longer, deeper market downturn. So, undoubtedly, there's less trading going on, but I'm sure there's a lot of retail out there still holding on to some big tech stocks.
Oh, I'm sure.
And trying to rotate into more dividend paying sectors like energy. I don't think all of the information floating out there is bad. I think there are people in the retail crowd who know what they're doing. They're still trading.
Oh, there's a ton of them out there. They're just sometimes hard to find because they're not as vocal.
Yeah, right.
The safely managed my portfolio today and managed a 1.2% return on the week is not as sexy as I just YOLO'd my life savings.
Tesla calls.
Right.
All right. What else you got?
All right. What was the commodity we were talking about a couple weeks ago? That was it silver? Were we talking about silver and the fact that like its price wasn't really reflecting of the actual demand and availability?
Yes.
And I think I found something that's kind of making it look like copper's seeing something similar too.
Really?
Now, granted, this is from the world's largest publicly traded producer of copper. So, I got to take what they say with a grain of salt. But they're saying that copper prices do not reflect a strikingly tight physical market. Richard Atkinson, the CEO of Freeport McMoran Incorporated, said it's striking how negative financial markets feel about this market, and yet the physical market is so tight. We are not seeing customers scaling back orders. Customers are really fighting to get product. He said on Thursday during a conference call with analysts after the miner reported their adjusted third quarter per share profits that exceeded estimates. Copper prices are down year to date as of Thursday's close 22%. But with everybody shifting to green energy or trying to, that uses a lot of copper.
Yeah.
So like demand has been, according to Freeport, demand has still been really good.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. They've been delivering supply growth and successful ramp-up of underground operations in Indonesia. The production rose from a year ago to 1.06 billion pounds, beating the 1.03 billion pound average estimates tracked. The estimates among analysts tracked by Bloomberg. Their earnings did drop as the costs have rose, but they're still ahead of expectations. It's just, it sounds very similar. It sounds very similar to what we're talking about with silver.
Yeah. Does that make it more likely that it's just a fluff piece, or is it more likely that just commodities in general are seeing some weird, freaky times?
It just seems like commodities in general are seeing some sort of manipulation. It's not a word you can throw around lightly either, but whether it be people, releasing reserves to keep the price stable or something like that. I don't know.
Oil.
Right. So I don't know. Maybe there's some opportunities there in commodities.
Right. Physical goods. They are the traditional inflation hedge. So silver is not. I'm looking at. I still have the silver chart up. I'm like, it's still not kicking ass compared to inflation. Damn.
Right.
You know who does kick ass despite inflation, Kyle?
Who's that?
The awesome team from Order Flow Labs.
Order Flow.
They were kind enough to share their toolkit for trading futures on CR Charts, Motive Wave, and NinjaTrader with us. These gentlemen have put together some of the most amazing custom studies for structure and execution. I know we've talked about them before. Buy-sell zones, exhaustion absorption detectors, reconstructed tape. They got something for everybody. It's quite literally like having some seasoned professionals give you some shortcuts like, oh yeah, be looking for this, but we'll make it just in this handy little indicator for you. Boom. Really, really just makes it so much easier to be reading your charts. They got something for everybody. They're constantly...
And they also show you how their tools work. It's not an indicator that you just get and then are expected to follow blindly.
Yes. So check them out at orderflowlabs.com.
Two Bowls in a China Shop is also proud to be affiliated with TradePro Academy. TradePro Academy is an educational platform that offers institutional trader development programs and new and experienced independent traders, which means that you can learn to trade like a big institution. They have got a great staff of highly knowledgeable and successful traders. There's just no better place that we've found to learn everything you need to know to be a successful trader. Find them online at tradeproacademy.com, or you can just use that affiliate link in the episode description, because it's a great way to support the show and improve your own knowledge and skills. And if you do join that Discord, we have links for 10% discount code. Now that George is no longer running the company, we don't care if he knows, so tell him.
Tell the world.
Tell the world. All right, should we move on and talk about some stocks?
Yes, let's talk about some stocks.
Stock time! Now it's talk about stocks time. Looking for setups, it's still not advice. Big moves, fresh news, and earnings. All that we're saying, it's still not advice. Stock time!
Please don't sue us. All right, Dan, what do you got for us?
Got a nice little story about our friends over at Amazon, and this time it's not just about them burning through the entire American workforce like a pack of matches at a Shoney's.
No.
They have hired Hawaiian Airlines. No, not to give those employees a nice break and a vacation in Hawaii. No. They're going to pay Hawaiian Airlines to fly their planes, their cargo planes.
Huh.
So,
do the employees get to use the bathroom on these cargo planes, or do they have to throw it out of the window?
Right, you shit in a bag and you throw it out of the window when you when you get low enough to open the window.
When you cross over a Tesla factory.
Yeah, right. Take that, Musk. I'm gonna assume they do this because as an airline, they've already got their space at different hubs and different locations all set. Like, you have to pay for those locations, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be flying at least 10 Airbus A330-300 converted freighters starting in the fall of 2023. This did push Hawaiian Airlines shares up as much as 13% following the announcement.
Yeah, flying Amazon's cargo is probably a lot more lucrative and predictable than tourism.
Steady work, right? Yeah. And this isn't the first airline that Amazon's paired with. They paired with Sun Country, which was a leisure-focused carrier back in 2020. When travel demand first collapsed during the COVID pandemic, they were like, Amazon was like, "Hey, you want to fly those planes for us? We're doing a crap ton of business. Everybody's at home buying our shit."
Pretty smart move.
Yeah. And further, under the agreement, Hawaiian Airlines is issuing warrants for Amazon stock.
Oh, really?
For up to 15% of its stock, exercisable over the next 9 years. Which is pretty similar to what Amazon has been doing with some of the other providers.
Huh.
So Hawaiian Airlines hiring more pilots and mechanics and dispatchers to support all that Amazon flying.
Good for them. It's funny because I just saw something about Bezos talking about how he thinks the economy is going into or faces a significant risk of recession, and he's warning that people should brace for a painful downturn.
What? As he's hiring more cargo jets?
Yeah, he retweeted a CNBC clip of Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon on Tuesday, in that the bank chief advised business owners to be cautious and prepare for more market volatility as growth headwinds mount. And then Bezos tweeted, "Yes, the probabilities in this economy tell you to batten down the hatches."
Oof.
And If you look at the actions other than this one here of like hiring more, the Hawaiian Air, the new CEO Andy Jassy who took the reins from Bezos last summer, has been cutting costs, slowing spending, and freezing hiring for certain roles in the recent months, which suggests that they are all expecting a tougher economic backdrop. So this sounds like I wouldn't read into that as like they've got more demand than they can service right now. I think they probably just found a really good deal to help them save some money.
Right.
Like maybe the cost of renting Hawaiian Air's airplanes was cheaper than the cost of maintaining maybe some older ones that they had in service or something along those lines.
Yes, part of that article did say that that it wasn't adding to the fleet, but replacing some retired parts of the fleet.
Yeah, that makes sense there. It's probably some kind of cost-saving measure.
Oh yeah, well, and now Hawaiian Airlines is going to be on the hook for the upkeep of those planes.
Right. But yeah, Bezos has now become a big bear, it looks like.
Uh-oh. Well, I think that he's got some competition because you know who else is a big old bear?
Oh no. Richard Branson?
Wario. I'm sorry, I mean Elon Musk.
Oh no, what did he say?
He was saying, somebody asked him on Twitter, the Tesla owners of Silicon Valley, how long do you think the recession will last? Elon Musk replies, just guessing, but probably until the spring of 2024.
Sounds worse than what Bezos is saying. We have some kind of like battle of the bears, battle of the billionaire bears.
Billionaire Bears is a cartoon I would like to watch. It could be. I mean, it's wild that in this same Fortune.com article, they're talking about how Tesla at one point was a month away from bankruptcy, and it was all the cheap money that got Tesla through, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of the stimulus spending that we started in 2009, like it just, the thing that made Kathy Woods look so brilliant for so long, this the easy, cheap money, keep flowing, keep flowing.
Yeah.
Now he's saying, well, you know, recessions have a silver lining in that companies that shouldn't exist stop existing.
Right.
Which is funny to me.
As money gets harder to access. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was all timing. There was a time when if we'd gone into recession, Tesla would have stopped existing.
Right. Or they would have been bought out by somebody else.
Or yeah, Apple would have bought them for peanuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you have it. Musk fighting for the biggest bear in the world status with Bezos.
Is there an award for that?
I don't think so.
Last story that I got that I wanted to cover today. Remember the stories we've been talking about with Netflix trialing out their crackdown on password sharing and threatening to charge an extra monthly user fee?
Yep.
Looks like they finally announced that. That should be taking effect early next year.
Yeah. I recently was looking at all the different streaming services, making a little spreadsheet. Now that I've moved to Vegas, putting together like, okay, what do I need my streaming services to be? And Netflix did list its $6 a month, one device only with ads plan.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. That's launching on the 3rd of November.
Yep.
I don't know. Is that going to be available here, though? Because the only countries I saw listed in this article were the UK, Canada, and Mexico.
I certainly was not using a foreign IP address when I was Netflix shopping.
Oh. Netflix hasn't yet announced the pricing for these extra users, but it's probably going to be somewhere around $3 to $4 per account. And it looks like they unveiled a account migration tool to transfer a user's sub-account data, their viewing history recommendations and such, to their new independent subscription. So I think it looks like it's based on all the people that you have, like their own profiles. So like if you have one and like say your brother has one, your mom has one, and your significant other has one, like can you just delete that account and then you'll be fine? Just whenever they log in, they use yours.
When I was just shopping for it, it was $5.99 for one screen. $9.99 for
Uh-huh.
2 screens, $14.99 for I think 3 screens, and then like $20 a month for 5.
Yeah.
So I don't think it has pro necessarily,
Why do they care where those screens are?
because that's what the password sharing is only one screen at a time for the cheap plan.
No, I'm saying is that's annoying because like I paid for 4 screens, or I think it was the account that I signed up for, so 4
Yeah.
people can use it. Like it should be up to me, like where those 4 people get to use it.
Right. Whether they're away at school or halfway across the world.
Right.
I'm not quite sure how they do it, because I know when I went to Ireland earlier this year, I was able to log in with my Netflix account and actually downloaded some episodes of Better Call Saul, which in Ireland was showing like like a week after the episode aired. It was on Netflix in Ireland.
Oh.
And I couldn't, as soon as I got home, it was like, wait, you can't watch these. You're in America now.
Yeah.
And I had to open the app without any internet access to actually watch the show. So like I was able to travel with mine, and it certainly let me use it. I don't know if that's changing or not.
Well, what it says in the article here is that the move is charging extra fees for extra user sub-accounts, users outside of your immediate household who use your login to access the service. So everyone listed on the who's watching screen is going to cost you extra money if they don't also live with you.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I think if you just delete those other accounts and say like, oh, guess what? You have to share my list now, then should be fine.
Yeah, but if you're watching something, they won't be able to log in and watch something on your account.
Oh, right. Okay. That's where they get you.
Or even worse, it logs you out while you're in the middle of watching your movie. Like, God damn it, kid.
Well, when this goes into effect, I'll keep mine available until that actually happens, and I'll let you know if I find any workarounds.
All right. Fair enough.
I'll save the tough ones for a yellow man.
Yeah. Yes.
I'll take the easy assignment.
Well done. As is tradition.
All right.
All right. We ready to talk about some crypto?
Yes.
I got some crypto in my wallet, hanging out on my Ethereum blockchain. Yeah, I got some crypto in my wallet, some Doji, Sushi, Polkadot, NFT, decentralized, anonymized, fabulous cryptocurrency.
Thank you again, Ray, for that beautiful, beautiful crypto song. Fucking love it.
Well, you want to lead us off?
Yes! Kyle, for the first time since 2020, the volatility of Bitcoin has fallen below the Nasdaq and the S&P 500.
That is impressive.
Right? It's now...
Really?
Yeah, it's got lower volatility than the indexes.
Bitcoin is a more stable investment product right now than the Nasdaq and S&P 500.
Yes, it's been hovering around 19,000 for more than a month, while Nasdaq and S&P have been roller coastering.
Yeah, they've been kind of whipsawing quite a bit. Oh, that's impressive. What does that mean? What happened in 2020?
My memory doesn't go back that far. I'm pretty sure it was an election year, though.
Right. Fuck. Does it say like what the specific month was? Was it during like the actual collapse of the markets when the COVID thing happened, or was it sometime like after that or before that, like the lead up to it or the rebound afterwards?
It doesn't exactly say when in 2020. It does not.
Based on just price action, I would guess it was right during the pandemic sell-off.
Right, like there was a period where equities sold off before Bitcoin,
or just more violently than they did.
No,
It would take some kind of external major event to do that, right?
One would think. One would think. So it looks like 19,000 is going to be a really good support level for Bitcoin. If it can stay at and above it here, it's going to be powerful going forward.
Mhm.
One,
Mark that level on your charts.
right. The crazy thing, and I know Bitcoin, Wild West, crypto, yada yada yada. This article ends with a quote from Yuya Hasagawa, crypto market analyst at the Japanese crypto exchange BitBank. Even though we have seen some signs of declining housing market demands and slower inflation this week, the market is on high alert for next month's FOMC meeting and ignoring those economic data that could justify a more cautious approach to rate hikes. So we will likely not see any big movement until the meeting. Now, Bitcoin is one of the ones waiting for FOMC. Like, it's all comes
God
down
damn
to
it.
FOMC.
I can't wait till we get past the point where the Fed is like the leading dictator of which way the market's going to move.
Right. They've got that much power, though. They do. At the very least, they have the illusion of that much power.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing when it comes down to it at the end of the day.
Yeah. What are the chances they actually give that power up voluntarily?
Never.
They can't stop trading. Are you familiar with Will Wright?
Will Wright. Yes, Tom Wright's brother. Yeah.
No.
No. Okay, then must be somebody else.
He is a Hall of Famer game designer. He's the one who designed SimCity and The Sims, and he is currently working on a blockchain video game for the masses. Apparently, there's this big thing that's been going on with blockchain games, and like getting Hall of Fame or really well-known game designers coming in to try to like make something out of them. Apparently, it's been going on for a bit here, so this is just one of the latest ones. But what makes this one stand out to me is that Will Wright does not seem to be into NFTs, even though he's trying to design a game that's like designed to like allow people to sell them.
Weird,
isn't it?
So somebody was like, "Hey, we'll pay you this much money to make a blockchain game." He's like, "All right, but I'm still telling people I hate NFTs." And they're like, whatever.
Basically, yeah. I'll tell you what he said on here. He says he's much more interested in attracting 1 million free-to-play players than 10,000 rich whales. Although we could use those rich whales. The project's called Bachverse. It's a virtual world set on a massive cube where players should be able to own land, create attractions, mine for resources, and socialize, etc., etc. Wright is envisioning a game that will attract 3 types of people: the small number of rich virtual landowners paying for plots with crypto, a middle group of creative players who will be tapped by the landowners to make stuff and share any sale proceeds from what they make, and a mass of free-to-play folks who will just hang out and play in the world.
Wow.
The big thing that he's bringing to it is something they're calling shape grammar, which is a kind of evolutionary system for item creation. It lets users repeatedly click on and transform a starter object like a car or coffee cup or etc. to tweak it, make it their own, even patent it via the blockchain for revenue generating purposes. But then at the very end of this, he says, I don't really want to be in the business of selling NFTs. And he emphasizes that his interest is in the blockchain's ability to allow for secure transactions between players.
Okay. Sure. Hooray.
This whole thing is so bizarre.
I like SimCity. I don't want to play NFT City.
Going back to his talking about those NFT whales. He says to be distributing that value downwards to players who are incentivized to create experiences for the millions of players. Those crypto whales don't even necessarily play the game, acknowledge, but they can help. These people exist, he said, whether we like it or not.
Wow. Okay. Well, of course we have to cater to these people. I don't like them, but they're there.
Yeah, they have all the money.
They got all the money, so...
rich people exist, so we don't like them, but we have to deal with them.
Gotta get them in on the game. Okay, well.
Yep. So Yeah, Voxverse.
I'm still not interested in owning a plot of land in digital world.
It sounds a lot more interesting, Voxverse, to me than Facebook's.
The metaverse.
Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing. Well, the whole thing is designed to be some kind of like way to like market the funding partners, like NFT characters that they're creating.
Does this not sound to you like just having a digital job?
Yeah, sounds quite a lot.
I think I just made myself nauseous.
No, this sounds more like Ready Player One than
Than the metaverse.
anything Facebook has put out. Yeah,
Right. The SimCity dude Will Wright put it together in like a month for
yeah,
his time,
yeah.
for his time, and not $15 billion.
Right.
I was reading a statistic that was saying something like, of all of the worlds created in the metaverse, only like 9% of them ever get visited by another player, and even then the average is like 50 people.
Right.
So even if you are one of the 1 in 10 that somebody comes and visits, like it's no one's hanging out and staying. They're like, oh yeah, ooh, look, all right, been there, done that.
Except the way that averages work, there's two places that have like 95% of all the traffic, and then the other 10% of places that people visit get 5% of the traffic.
Right. I'm sure. Well, I do know my last story is going to be really quick. We've got another casualty in the crypto bear forest.
No.
German crypto bank Nuri has decided they have to shutter their doors. But they aren't shitheads, Kyle. They actually, ahead of the time, informed its 500,000 users that they need to all, they've got 2 months to withdraw their funds.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah,
Why
right?
can we bail them out?
Right?
Yeah.
Because they're German.
Oh,
No.
sneaky Germans.
Sneaky Germans giving people time to take their money out of the crypto exchange before they shut it down.
Yeah, yeah.
I just thought that was refreshing.
A silver lining in a bad story.
Right?
There are good people out there. Or they were forced to by the laws in Germany.
The EU.
Yeah.
Oh, God. We got some really great regulations over here.
All right, man. You want to take a shot?
I think my gun's out of bullets.
No.
Click. Well, I'll tell you that my good is, Kyle, since you've been going first a lot. I didn't make any trades today, but I am in the process of packing up my trading computer to take back with me to Vegas, and I will have a trading account back up in action sometime in November. And that's good in my book.
Yeah. I had a hard time actually finding a good, but I think the best. Can I just tell my whole story here, and then we'll just
Yes.
like there's no need, I think, to separate this into good, bad, and ugly. It's kind of all in one.
What kind of music would you like lightly playing in the background as you tell your story? Soft piano, maybe a little jazz. Bum, bum, banana.
I have never been into jazz.
Oh, okay.
Can I get some Dark Side of the Moon?
Yeah, I mean,
The Lunatic
yeah,
is in my head. How about?
we can afford that.
Yeah, right. No, I blew out an account for the first time this week. It's not the first meltdown I've had, but it's the first time that little thing popped up and said, "You do not have enough margin in your account to make this trade."
Oh, God, that's such a condescending message to get too.
No, it was actually. It felt so good. It felt so good.
Really?
Yes, and I finished writing up my like rough draft of like what happened, like how I'm planning on like recovering from this and moving forward. I shared that on the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, I think what it comes down to is I just let so much external shit get into me, start affecting me. I let some stress like just build up over the course of a month, and it finally just needed an outlet, and that was the form that it took.
Wow. Okay.
And I initially resisted that, but the fact that it just felt so good to just finally like let it all out, like I couldn't stop it while it was happening, even if I wanted to.
Interesting.
It was such a weird feeling.
Yeah.
But I did, and I'll go through and kind of hit the highlights of kind of what my plan is here moving forward. That was the good I think that I can take out of this is that I've learned that I need some mechanisms in place in order to try to prevent something like this from happening. And there is good in that it wasn't a full sized account; it was definitely a mini account.
Mm-hmm.
So even though that's still demoralizing and depressing to blow out an account like that, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
So the main things that I've identified is that I need to develop a habit of purging my thoughts and emotions before starting my trading day. So my plan is to use a suggestion from Purdue, where I will start journaling pre-market, just like a purge, like everything that's affecting me, that I'm thinking about, that I'm dwelling on, that's causing me any sort of stress. I want to just get it down onto a piece of paper
Mm-hmm.
so I can get it out of my head. I also plan on taking set scores before and after doing this process, so that way I can kind of get an idea of the effectiveness. And I also plan on disqualifying myself if that purge does not work and I find myself thinking about these thoughts that I've written out. It should be very easy because I got them written down. I can go back and look.
Right.
The second part, and this was the other thing that I think kind of led to things going like spiraling out of control. And this is like I dealt with the stress for a long time, but then I started introducing a new bracket and I didn't fully test this bracket. I just kind of let it in there. It had a little bit more size. It had an extra contract. And so like when it came to like hitting a loss limit, like I didn't plan for any of that stuff. I had no scaling. I didn't have any hard stops in place. And then introducing something into my trading with live money that I hadn't fully developed just opened the door for everything else to start to degrade from that point.
Yeah.
That little lapse in discipline just spiraled out of control over the course of, I think, about 3 or 4 days at that point. So moving forward from that, my plan is that the only things that are going to be allowed to be a part of my live trading are going to be things that have been fully developed, written out, and back tested. Minimum 50 trades, but 100 would be preferable.
Yeah.
I kind of touched on the loss limits and hard stops, so I'll definitely be putting that into my plan, along with consequences for what happens if I break them, because that was something else that has been missing. That's something we put together initially when we went through the Trade Pro Academy.
Yeah. Push-ups. I remember doing a lot of push-ups.
We did some push-ups, but we also had like stops. Like, okay, if I break this rule, if I break one of these rules, then I'm done trading for the day. If I break these drawdown rules, then I'm done for the week or I'm done for the month. Like all of that seems to have gone out the window over the last year for some reason.
Yeah.
And then the last thing that I'm going to start doing is I realize that everything that I've kind of come up with all relies on me to identify it. And when we've got such a great community at the Discord, it makes zero sense to not try to, involve some sort of allow that group to be able to like look at the trades that I'm making and question me if they're starting to see something slip. What I envision that taking the form as is a weekly trade review. So anybody who wants to participate with that will be trying to figure out a date, maybe doing a trial one this weekend, looking at like their best and worst trades or any questionable ones that we want to discuss and any struggles that you've been encountering in the past week. Like it's silly not to take advantage of such a great community and lean on each other and help keep each other accountable and learn and also share each other's ideas. Like there's a lot of great ideas that people have, and looking at their good trades as well as their bad ones. Like maybe we can get some good sharing going on because of that.
Yeah. Oh, I think that'd be wonderful.
That's the plan. That's the direction we're moving. I still got a lot of work to do because now I got to go back through and figure out which setups meet my criteria and what I got to start building these other habits, and I got to fix my fucking trading plan. It's things that are so obvious when you look back on them, and then you think like, why do I need this? Like it doesn't even enter your head like why you need that until you need it, and that's what makes trading so hard and humbling sometimes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. Well, I appreciate you being so open for everybody. It's only going to help you, and extending that to the Discord, I think, can help a lot of other people along the way, because if we're trying to trade in a vacuum, it's just going to get depressing and miserable. And trading together can share some of those psychological burdens of, hey, like we're all human and we're all privy to the same kinds of psychological traps.
It's not just the support, but it's also the challenge that you need too. Like when if I post or share a trade and someone says like, "What did you see that justified that entry?" and I can't justify it, like that's good to be challenged on that.
Yeah. I just, felt it was time to be in a trade.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the full report, the rough draft at least, is up on that Discord. I pinned it in the Futures Journaling tab. I encourage everybody to check it out and share any comments or thoughts that they have, or any ways to improve that, or if there's anything they think I missed. More participation can only help, right?
Yes. All right.
Yeah, that was what happened to me this week.
Oof. That's a bit of a roller coaster. I have no doubt that you'll be able to keep moving on and come back better, stronger than ever.
That's the plan. And plus, now I don't have to worry about this happening anymore now, right?
Got it out of the way.
They say every trader goes through a blow up. Hey, it's done. I finished it.
Hopefully just the one.
Doesn't mean it can't happen again, but I at least got the one. Yeah.
It's right. All right. Well, in the meantime, what do you say we make a bet?
All right, let's do that.
I need it, wanna beat it, gonna win it if I take it from you. I'm filling my positions, quit your bitching, random's gonna lose. Got a chart full of levels and a stop that's not too tight. It's bet picking time in the shop, so pick 'em right.
All right, Kyle, what are we looking at?
I've got one that I like.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Is it long snap? Because
No. No, it is not. Take a look at Nordstrom, JWN.
oh, your old friend Nordstrom, huh? Oh, I see. They are about to break resistance.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. Where do you want to stop?
I want to stop at $19, which is just below that little tail from Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I'd like a take profit one, kind of like halfway up into that gap fill, so right about 21.5, and then TP2 we can put it just under the full closing of that gap at 22.90.
Yeah.
Too many times that round number doesn't get hit, so just go a little bit below it and see if we can't front run everybody else.
2280.
2280.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Yeah. I really like that level. I like that. Good eye.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm ready for the random. What do we got?
All right. Random went with New York Stock Exchange consumer durables. You know anybody doing a lot of camping lately?
Yeah, I went camping recently.
Oh, did you buy anything from Camping World Holdings? Stock ticker CWH?
No, I did not. Purchased no new camping supplies.
Well, that is what Random likes. Is camping one of those things where you only buy camping equipment like once?
Well, I mean, if it's decent camping gear, you're going to use it many times.
Right. There's no like new model years or anything.
Yeah, like I can't wait till that new 2023 model of tent comes out.
Right.
You got those pocket shelves in the back. Been waiting for.
I don't know how I feel about this one. It looks to me like it was looking like it might have broken structure. The bearish structure. It held a higher low, but it also failed to make a higher high. Also having trouble getting above its 200-day moving average.
Yeah, it's got earnings coming up in 10 days.
At least that's the next week, next Tuesday.
It's got decent buy volume.
If it can hold above 25, it might be in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
But Random also, I think, needs to see a good 25% return this week in order to catch up.
Okay, so this thing would have to spike over $30 to catch up.
Yeah, 31.
Yeah, we're good. We're fine. We're fine.
As long as we don't lose a bunch of money. As long as we say that, and then Nordstrom's going to gap down on Tuesday morning pre-market, we won't get our fill at our stop loss.
Right, and they're going to be like, who knew Snap was going to run 50% this week? Anybody making a joke about it?
Did you really want to go long Snap?
I mean, it might have a rubber band effect. Like,
buy volume there.
People are like, "Oh shit, Snap just got really cheap." No, let's. But I want it mentioned just in case. If it does good, I can sound like a genius. If it doesn't do good, I won't bring it up again. Anyway, all right, folks, there you have it. We're long Nordstrom. We got Random's got Camping World Holdings. We'll be back at you soon with some more exciting episodes and the thrilling results to these bet picks. Until then, like, share, rate, subscribe, do all the awesome things because we love you and you know that you want to help us out. You know you do. Come on. Just take that one drink.
Like, share, subscribe, rate.
Come
all
on.
that.
Tired of long waits and rushed care at the ER and urgent care clinic? Next time, stay home and let Dispatch Health bring the power of the hospital to you.
I call Dispatch Health. A care team of medical professionals actually come to your house.
They're the same caliber of people that you would see if you were at a hospital or an urgent care.
Dispatch Health can treat most non-life-threatening emergencies.
They can do the x-rays, they can do stitches,
urinary tract infections, blood test, urinalysis, ultrasound.
It's almost everything that they can do at the ER.
You never feel rushed. They're there for you and only you.
I felt like their only patient.
And it costs no more than a trip to urgent care because Dispatch Health is covered by most insurance, including Medicare. See if we serve your home at dispatchhealth.com.
Dispatch Health really went above and beyond.
It's wonderful to have care come to your home.
House calls are back, and they're better than ever. Learn more at dispatchhealth.com.
When you shop at a Walmart Vision Center, you get it. You know that you'll spend a little less on stylish glasses for the whole family.
Welcome to the Vision Center. Let me know if you need help finding the perfect frames.
Hey, Mom, you were right. These glasses are cool.
Hon, they take our insurance. That means Papa's getting a new pair, too.
Whoa, glasses start at just $39. Next stop, groceries.
So you can get a little more of what you need. Find a Vision Center near you. Save money, live better. Walmart.
Good stuff.
Everybody's doing it.
Everybody's doing it. Everyone's rating their favorite shows.
Everybody. That hot chick down the street and that hot dude up the street, they're both rating and subscribing like crazy.
Like rabbits.
Like rabbits. Rating carrots. Anyway, all right, we'll be back at you soon. Until then, happy trades.
Membership fees apply after free trial. Cancel anytime.
Can I be real for a second? That goal you have to exercise and eat better, you really can do it, but nobody is going to do it for you. And nobody has to, because you can do it if you have the right tools and a community that cares about helping you get results. And that's us, Beachbody. It's as convenient as your TV or laptop, but you need to decide that you're worth it. Let us help you succeed. Here's how. Go to beachbody.com to claim your free membership and start feeling great.
Bye.
Two Bulls in a China Shop is an entertainment program, and all thoughts and opinions expressed in the show belong to the hosts and not of any company. They are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual or on any specific security or investment product. It is only intended to provide entertainment about stocks and the financial industry of trading. If you make trades based on what you hear in this show, you assume all risks for those trades.